Good morning, all of you. So, last class we had discussed something related to nutrition in animals. We had started the second chapter. Am I right? The name of the chapter was Nutrition in Animals. So, in that class, we discussed a little bit about the modes of nutrition, correct? Various modes of feeding in some kind of organisms. I'd shown you the pictures also. Then what we had discussed about the human digestion. This lesson mainly lays stress on process of digestion in human beings. So we had discussed about the process of digestion in human beings only up to some part, correct? Then after that we had discussed something uh, we are going to discuss today related to some digestion in some sort of animals also. So, but last class we had discussed human digestion. In that we had studied about the process of digestion where it begins. That is in the oral cavity. So we had studied about the mouth, correct? Then we had studied um, about the stomach. Okay, that's where we had stopped the last class. So this class today we are going to further continue with the next part of the class. Okay, so but before that it is very important to know whether all the concept which we are trying to find out it's clear to you, correct? So that is very important. Okay, and that's why what we are doing is we will one more time we are going to discuss. So last class we had studied about the process of actual nutrition in animals and what exactly occurs in the process of nutrition in these animals. Okay, that's what we had a little bit we had discussed about that, right? So as you can see, maybe I think you can see my screen. If you just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, you'll be able to see my screen clearly. Okay, just a minute. So last class, if you see the screen, okay, you can see the starting. Okay, so we had started with the chapter, the name of the chapter being nutrition in animals, right? So next we had studied what is nutrition, intake of food and its utilization by the body. And we had studied how different animals they are taking in food. Then we had studied how snail takes food. Then we had studied how a mosquito, what is the process of feeding in mosquito. Then we had studied about the hummingbird. Okay, it sucks the nectar, correct? Then snake. Okay, I hope you all have completed the table in your textbook. Then we started with the process of digestion in animals, right? In humans, right? So we had discussed about the process of digestion and the digestive system and all those things a little bit, correct? Then we had studied that the process of digestion it begins from the mouth, correct? And then the esophagus, and then we have the stomach. That's what we studied. Then types of teeth, I told you to do the activity related to that. Then we had studied about the parts of the digestive system. Esophagus we had studied. Then we had studied about the stomach. So this picture last class it was not there. So I told you in your notes that there was no need to draw the diagrams. I think most of you are not drawn the diagrams. So this class we will be drawing the diagrams. I will tell you which diagrams you need to draw. Okay. So, as we had discussed last class, stomach is a thick walled bag. Its shape is like a flattened U and it connects food pipe and the intestine. This is the structure of the stomach. That's what we studied in the last class, correct? So, it's a sac-like structure. Now, today let us discuss something related to the small intestine. So, you can see on your screen, this is the picture of the small intestine. Am I right? So, I think most of you can see the picture of the small intestine, right? So what is it? It's a highly coiled kind of structure. What is it? It's a highly coiled structure. You can see coil. You can, if you look at the screen, you can see the coils, correct? It's a coiled kind of structure. 7.5 meter long. It's 7.5 meter long. It receives the secretion from the liver and pancreas and it produces some kind of juice. So liver and pancreas, they produce some kind of digestive juices. You usually call them bile. Okay, so what happens? This bile, it enters into the stomach. Okay, and from here, what happen? From it also enters the after the stomach. It enters over this region also. And here, what happen? It is partly digested food from the stomach. It will also reach here. From the stomach, the partly digested food will also reach here. And here what happened? The carbohydrates are broken to simple sugar, fats to fatty acid, and glycerol, proteins to amino acid. Okay. So what happened? Much complex. First, the process of digestion, it occurs from the mouth. Okay. Then what happened? In the mouth, there is the saliva. This saliva has got the ability to dissolve some kind of enzymes. Some kind of food, break down the food. We have seen in an experiment, starch, it breaks down, correct? Then from here, the food reaches the stomach, correct? Inside the stomach, what happened? Actually, there are many juices which enter inside the stomach, and that is produced from the liver and the pancreas. Okay. And what happened? This here little bit digestion occurs, and then what happened? This little undigested food, or partly digested food, what is remaining from that? Some part of the food is digested, remaining food, it enters the small intestine, and inside the small intestine, the liver and the pancreas, they also, these juices, they also enter. And in this food, what is happening? Carbohydrates, they are broken to simple sugar, fats to fatty acid, and glycerol, proteins to amino acid. This point over here, you can see my cursor. It is very important to remember. Okay. Then what is liver? Liver is actually a reddish brown gland. It is present above the, a little bit above the stomach. Okay. It is situated in the upper part of the abdomen. Abdomen means stomach, on the right side. Abdominal cavity we call. Okay. There many organs are there. It is the largest gland in the body. So largest gland in the body is liver. And what it secretes? It secretes the bile juice. Okay. Bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. So whereas bile juice is secreted in the liver, this is the gallbladder. So bile juice is stored here. The bile plays an important role in the digestion of fats. What does bile do? Plays an important role in fat digestion. Okay, so you can see this is the pancreas, and sorry, this is the liver, and this is the stomach. Okay, then this is the small intestine. That's what you are seeing, correct? Now this is the gallbladder. Okay, the small yellowish type organ, you can see it's the gallbladder. Okay, so the secretion from this liver, that is bile, it is stored in the gallbladder, right? So human liver anatomy, if you see it lies like this. Okay, this is called as, these cavities are from the heart, sorry, these arteries and veins, they are coming from the heart. Okay, so gallbladder is lying here, and this is the pancreas, liver. As you can see, liver is the largest gland. This is the liver, and this is the gallbladder. Okay, what is this? This is the liver, this is the gallbladder. So liver is secreting bile, and bile is a yellow colored juice, correct? So it is very important for digestion. And what is this? This is gallbladder. Okay, next, absorption in the small intestine. How the process of absorption occurs in the small intestine? The process by which the digested food passes into the blood vessels in the walls of the intestine. Okay, the walls have villi. So the walls of the stomach, they are having some projections, finger-like structures or finger-like projections. These we called as the villi. What do we call them? We call them as the villi. Okay, villi increase the surface area of absorption of digested food. So here what is happening? The digested food is entering inside this region. Okay, this finger-like projection. And here what is happening? The surface area of absorption, it is increasing. So each villus, this group is called as the villi, and every villus, if you see, it is having small blood vessels. You can see blood vessels. Arteries are there and veins are also there. So the process of assimilation. Assimilation means what? Assimilation means the process by which the food is absorbed in the blood vessels, that we call assimilation. So assimilation occurs here. So you can see the stomach, okay, and the intestine, the part of this intestine here villi are present. See, this region we call it as the abdomen or the abdominal cavity. So here many organs related to digestion, they are present in this region. Okay, next, large intestine. As you can see, large intestine, it's about 1.5 meters length, okay, and it absorbs the water and salt. What is the after the process of digestion, actually in the stomach and the small intestine, then what happened, whatever remaining waste is there, water and salts is not absorbed. So water and salt is absorbed mainly in the large intestine. That is the importance of large intestine, that water and salts, they are absorbed over here. So the remaining waste, it passes to the rectum. Okay, then fecal matter, that is solid waste, is removed through the anus, and the process of removal of waste by the body is called as egestion. Our body throws away the waste, expels the waste which is present inside, food waste. So that process by which the waste, solid waste is removed outside the body, we call it as egestion. Okay, so in large intestine, what happened? Water is absorbed. Water and other kind of salts, they are absorbed in the large intestine. Now, how does digestion occur in grass-eating animals? In grass-eating animals, you can see it's a little different kind of process in the grass-eating animals. So, grass-eating animals, they are, you can see, there's a cow near your house, suppose. Then you give the food to the cow will eat the food, correct? After some time, when it is sitting, you can see you are not giving anything, the cow is sitting and it is continuously chewing. Then you are thinking, what this cow is continuously eating? Actually, what the digestion in grass eating animals is a special kind of digestion. Okay, their intestine is made in such a type. Okay, so what happened when they are free? At that time, the whatever grass they have eaten, they are taking it out in their stomach and they are chewing when they are getting free time. We cannot digest it like that. Monkeys, you might have seen, correct? So what they do, they collect their food. Some monkeys, if you see, you go to different places, correct? So at that time, when you go for tour, you might have seen a monkey. So some monkeys, if you see their face here, some kind of things will be there, correct? So that they are storing their food over here. So God has given capacity to different kind of animals in different ways, correct? So in grass eating animals, that is the thing, that when a grass eating animal sits, when it is free, you might have seen even goats do this thing. So they are continuously chewing, okay? So they chew their food. Why? Because they store food in a part of a stomach called rumen. In their stomach, there is a part which is called as the rumen. In the rumen, they store their food. So partially digested food, it is called as cud. If the food is partially digested, what they call it? They call it as the cud. And this cud can be later chewed. So what they are chewing later is the cud. The process is called rumination and the animals are called ruminants. Such kind of animals, we call them as ruminants, correct? And this process, we call it as rumination, correct? So digestion in grass eating animals. So this process, rumination, and okay, so cut they bring into their mouth and they chew that continuously. So they are having the ability to digest cellulose which is present in the grass, okay, and such kind of bacteria, some kind of bacteria, they live in the stomach of these cows. They help in this process of digestion, that is cellulose. It's a hard structure for digestion. Okay, now feeding and digestion in amoeba. Now how does feeding and digestion occur in a single celled organism? Okay, this organism is having only one cell. Then how digestion will occur here? So this cell, they have a cell membrane and they are having a cytoplasm and nucleus, only this much. So they are having different kind of structures which we call them as the food vacuole. Okay, inside the vacuole, when amoeba is coming near the food, what is happening? It produces pseudopodia. The pseudopodia will catch the organism. It will trap the food in the food vacuole. Okay, and in this way the amoeba produce different kind of digestive enzymes. Okay, and then what is happening? The undigested food is there, it is saved in the vacuole. So you can see here, okay, what is happening. So animal any food particle is coming, So what is happening? This is the vacuole. The amoeba is producing the vacuole. This is the food vacuole, and then it is digesting the food. Okay. Now, this is the answer for the last table which we discussed. Correct. This I will explain you in the online class. Then this also in the online class. So there are different types of teeth. I told you to find this answer. Incisor teeth, canine teeth, premolar teeth. Sorry, it's premolar. Or here it should be instead of that it's pre. Sorry, it's molar. Okay, last incisor, canine, premolar, and molar. These are the 4 types of teeth. So you can see premolars, canine, molars. Okay, you can see incisors. Correct. So you can see incisor. It's in the front position, chisel shape, and it's biting of pieces of food. So biting, which teeth help? Incisor. Canine is on either side of the incisor. Okay, you can see this is the canine type of teeth. Either side of these 4 incisors. Okay, so it's chisel shaped. It's slightly more pointed than the incisor. Then its function is similar to that of the incisors. Okay, then you can see the premolars and the molars. So premolars you can see it's behind the canine. 2 points are there, and it is important for tearing of fruit, tearing and grinding food. Okay, and then molar teeth, it is present at the back. You can see, I think you have asked your mother the importance of this teeth. Correct. So back 4 or 5 cusps are there, and chewing food and grinding food is the importance of this molar teeth. Okay, so these are the 4 type of teeth: incisor, canine, premolar, and molar teeth. So with this, I'm going to end my class. Next session, we'll discuss in the online, next class, we'll discuss in the online session. And I think you have understood most part of this. Whatever notes I have provided to you, you have to write from this PPT presentation. Thank you very much.